Hello everyone! In this video tutorial I'm going to show you how to use the MetaHuman Clothing packs. The other packs in my store are used in the same way. In the map folder, open the overview, and you can see all the assets that are present. In the Materials folder, there are 4 categories. The project as a single master material, in which there are 4 instances. Open in one. There are the usual parameters such as styling, here, albedo, metalness, roughness, normal, and now some less common parameters. You can activate the normal from 8 parameter, which, as its name suggests, adds depth detail using the 8 texture, but the rendering will be added to the normal map, which won't degrade the level's performance. Then we find the specular parameter, and we also have subsurface color, but the garments in this pack don't use it. And here we can see that there are several emissive parameters, which are not used in this pack. I'll make a second tutorial video when a pack using them is released. In the next folder there's just one material, separated from the others because it's only used for the background and the mannequin in the overview map. It does not concern clothing. Here you can see 2 functions required for the master material, used for the emissive. Let's change folder. In meshes, here there are 3 categories. The common folder will group together items that you can add to all of your metahumans, regardless of their size and gender. It will generally group together hard materials that are not deformed, like fabrics. And the third folder contains the physical assets and the skeletal meshes of their garments. There is only one size in this project, but some projects contain more size and are made for both women and men. This pack is detailed, with 20 different garments and accessories. That's why there's only one size. And finally, the third folder contains the meshes required for the overview map, but not for the garments. In the fourth folder is the skeleton used, the MetaHuman skeleton. In the next folder are the textures. The subfolder contain common textures found in my projects. The textures used on the garments are in 4K. Albedo, roughness, metalness, normal, and 8. All the files have been reviewed. I'm now going to import a MetaHuman. So I'm going to open the Quixel bridge. Make sure you're connected. If you don't have a MetaHuman, click on MetaHuman presets. I use my MetaHumans. Click on it and click on Start MHC on the right. Then select a MetaHuman and click on Modify Selection. Sorry, the MetaHuman creator text is in French. Even with the VPN, I couldn't change the language. But the location of the elements is the same as in English, so it's fine. In less proportion, I choose a man of average 8 to match my project. In the face and the hair section, you can set the parameters as you wish. But this has no effect on the garments. But in the body section, you must choose proportions compatible with your project. Okay, the project registers in real time. We can leave. Return to Unreal. Select the desired quality and click on Download or Update. It can sometimes take a few minutes. Download is complete. Now click on Add. The plugins the engine needs are displayed on the screen. Click on Enable Missing. If there are more than on my screen, enable them all. Now restart the engine. The MetaHuman file is now in the content. Open it. The blueprint we are going to use is here. I'm going to close the windows. I don't need them anymore. The engine will be slower for a few minutes as it prepares the shaders. That's why there are no textures yet. Some elements disappear when I move away. We'll fix that. For that, go to Load Sync, force the load 0, compile, save, and now tent, post-apocalyptic folder, skeletal folder, and skeletal. And we will also create compatibility between our skeleton and the blueprint skeleton. So go to Window, Asset Details, Add, and MetaHuman Base Skeleton, and save. I can close the window. Now I'll add the assets on the MetaHuman. 3 skeletal mesh components have already been created, so I'll start with this. I have to add the 20 assets. I'll start with the t-shirt and put it in the torso slot. Shirt here. Okay. Now fit. asset name is shoes. I reload the material. And legs. 4 points. Okay. I've used the 3 skeletal mesh components. Now I'm going to add 17 of them to have a metahuman dressed in a complete post-apocalyptic outfit. So I duplicate the component, I rename it, I duplicate 2 more, and associate them with skeletal meshes. Perfect. I have 6 assets now. I'm going to pass the 14, staying on the fast track. The method is still the same. I duplicate the components, rename them, and I associate them with the skeletal mesh. The post-apocalyptic outfit is complete. Now go to the construction script. We are going to modify it so that the clothes deform when the metahuman is in motion. 3 skeletal meshes are already configured: feet, legs, and torso. I'll apply them to add, so 17 missing assets. Copy, Ctrl C, and paste. Ctrl V. And I link them. Okay, I've now got an extra 17, so that's all there is to it. I connect the rest from input to output. I'm going to connect them to the skeletal meshes. So I simply drag them into the script. Their position in the queue is irrelevant. The construction script configuration is complete. Compile and save. We are going to check that everything is correct by manipulating the MetaHuman. For this, I will place the blueprint of my character on the map. I then create a level sequence. And slide the blueprint into the sequencer. Since it's a MetaHuman, the body and face control rig are present, which will make things easier for us. Everything seems fine. Our MetaHuman is perfectly configured. Okay, now I show you how I get around the problem of hair sticking out of hats and caps. This method won't work for every hairstyle, but it usually helps a lot. For that, I'm going to re-import my character with a variant of this haircut. Before I do that, I'm going to duplicate his blueprint. I open the blueprint, I select the hair, and in the Details menu, I look for the Grooms panel. Here's my MetaHuman's haircut. To be on the safe side, I rename the groom asset. And do the same for the loads. I'm doing this so that nothing will be overwritten by the new version I'm going to import later. Perfect, everything has been renamed. I can open now the Quixel bridge to create a variant of my character with shorter hair. Go to my MetaHumans, select a character, and open MetaHuman Creator. Modify selection. This hairstyle is the one already present on my MetaHuman. I'll use it when he doesn't have a cap. Now I'm looking for a cut that won't go through the cap. I have two blueprints ready to use, one with cap and one without. I can go back to the engine. Download. And add. A warning message appears, but we won't lose anything because we've duplicated the blueprint and renamed the loads. So it's okay. Go to Metahumans folder, character 01. Now I have two blueprints. This blueprint is my MetaHuman as it appears in MetaHuman Creator. I dub my MetaHuman dressed to prepare a version without cap. Here without cap, with cap. I open the blueprint to replace the hair with my shorter variant. I select the hair. I have to replace this groom asset. And then search for the new haircut in the blueprint I just downloaded. I click on the folder icon, then on the asset. And I load it with the arrow icon. And I do the same with the binding asset. Perfect, the manipulation worked. The MetaHuman with the cap is ready. Now I'm going to hide the cap in the other blueprint. I'm looking for the skeletal mesh of the cap. And I uncheck the visible box. Or you can also delete the skeletal mesh. Compile and save blueprints. So the two variants are ready. I'm going to place them in the level. And I can delete character 1. I now show you a few possible variations. My clothing packs have a lot of assets, so don't hesitate to make use of them by creating several blueprints. To do this, duplicate one of your MetaHuman blueprints. We have the list of skeletal meshes. We just need to hide some of them. I select it, and in details I'll check or uncheck the visible box. The clothes are modular and many combinations are possible. I place it in the level. so it'll be easier to see the difference with the others. Okay, I will create 2 additional variants. The method is still the same. I duplicate the blueprint and mask or not the skeletal meshes. We'll now look at how to attach a static mesh to the MetaHuman skeleton. In this post-apocalyptic pack, it's the baseball bat. This category, common to all sizes of MetaHuman, can be found in the meshes folder. Okay, so I open the blueprint. I click on body, add, static mesh. I rename it. And in details, I select the static mesh. In parent socket, I choose the bone to which the static mesh will be attached. Here, logic will dictate whether it's the left or the right end. Choose the local axis. Now I can place the bat. That's fine. Perfect. You know now how to attach a static mesh to the MetaHuman skeleton. I hope you found the tutorial useful. See you soon!